Assalamu alaikum. Today we're going to learn how to find out the formula for the nth term of a cubic sequence. We'll use two formulas. One is the formula method without the formula, and the other one is with the formula. Okay. The formula is written here. You can refer to it. Let's start. This is a cubic sequence given to us. How do we know it's a cubic sequence? Have this sequence with you. You keep on finding out the differences and write them here. Okay, and then you find out the difference of these two. You will notice that the first difference is not common. The second difference is a linear sequence, and the third difference is actually common. Okay, whenever you see that the third difference is common, this is a cubic sequence. Okay, in order to find out the formula for the nth term of a sequence, as a first step, what you have to actually do is whatever is the third difference, which is 12 in this case, divided by 6. Okay, step number 1, 12 divided by 6, and you get 2. Okay, so you write 2 n cube here. Okay, and get the first 4 terms at least. So substitute n as 1, you will get 2. Substitute n as 2 into this, so 2 cube is 8, 8 2 times is 16. Substitute 3 into this, 3 cube is 27, 27 2 times is 54. Substitute 4, 4 cube is 64, multiplied by 2 is 128. So I've written all the, I have plugged in 1, 2, 3 and 4, and I got the first four terms. Now I'm going to write down the original sequence on top of it, which was 2, 16, 54 and 128, and subtract the 2. Okay, and you're noticing that the difference is a 0. That means in this case your formula is going to become 2n cube. This is the formula to find out the nth term of the sequence. How do we check it whether it's correct or no? Substitute n as 1. Okay, so 2 into 1 cube, which is giving you a 2 only. Substitute n as 2, 2 into 2 cube, which is 8 2 times, which is 16. So this is also correct, this is also correct. Now we move on to using the formula. Okay, let's write down the formula. The formula is 6a is equals to the third difference, which is common. Okay, what is the third difference here which is common? It's 12. So we can write 6a is equals to 12. Okay, so I'm going to write 6a equals to 12 and get the value of a, which is 12 divided by 6, which is 2. Okay, then you write down 12a plus 2b equals to the second difference. Okay, or I should write second first difference. Why am I using the word first here? I'll tell you. Second difference obviously was not the same. Okay, third difference was the same, second difference was not the same. You just have to pick this up. Second difference, second first difference. So that means second difference, you have to go into this row and get the value, which is 24. What we are going to use actually in the formula is these numbers, this and this. So in this case you will write 12a plus 2b equals to 24. A is 2, so 12a times 12 into 2 is 24, plus 2b equals to 24. 2b equals to 0, b equals to 0. So we have b equals to 0 now. The third thing which we have to write here is 7a plus 3b plus c equals to the difference of the first two terms. If you notice, the difference of the first two terms is 14. Okay, so you have to take this. Firstly, we took this number for the first step. For the second step, we took this one. Third step, we're taking 14. Okay, so we're going to write 7a plus 3b plus c equals to the difference of the first two numbers, which is 14. Okay, 7 times 2 plus 3 times 0 plus c equals to 14. 14 plus c equals to 14, so c equals to 0. Lastly, we'll write a plus b plus c plus d, which is equals to the first term. And we see the first term of the sequence is 2. So we're going to write a plus b plus c plus d equals to the first term, which is 2, plug in the value of A, B and C into this. So 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus D equals to 2. So D turns out to be a 0 once again. Now plug it into the substitute A, B, C and D in the formula A n cube plus B n square plus C n plus D. Okay, so let's plug it into the formula A n cube plus B n square plus C n plus D. Okay, A is 2 n cube plus 0 n square plus 0 n plus D. D is also 0. Okay, so this is the formula. Either you use the formula or use this method, you will get the same answer. Okay, now this is another sequence. If you notice, I've found out the differences, and the third difference is common, which is 6. Okay, so we will divide 6 by 6 and we get 1. So we're going to write n cube here and substitute n as 1, we get 1. Substitute n as 2, you get 8. Substitute n as 3, you get 27. And substitute n as 4, you get 64. Then you write down the original sequence on top of it, which is a minus 7, 0, 19 and 56. Subtract the 2. That means from this number you have to subtract this number. So minus 7 minus 1. Okay, minus 7 minus 1 is minus 8. 0 minus 8 is also minus 8. 19 minus 27 is also a minus 8. And 56 minus 64 is also a minus 8. So the formula becomes n cube minus 8. If you want to check, substitute n as 1. So 1 cube minus 8 is a minus 7. N is 2. Okay, so 2 cube is 8. 8 minus 8 is a 0. So it's correct for both. We checked it with the first and the second term. Now we use the formula here. Okay, so the formula, using the formula here. Firstly, we're going to write 6a equals to the common difference, the third difference, which is common, which is 6. We're going to make use of, I'm just highlighting it here, we're going to make use of this, this and this in both, all the 4 equations. I'm writing all the 4 equations first. 6a, 12a plus 2b, 7a plus 3b plus c. This will remain the same for all the questions. And then a plus b plus c plus d. Okay, so a plus b plus c plus d is the first third difference, which is the first term. So it's going to be minus 7 here. Okay, 6a, you will have to write 7 here, you will have to write 12 here, and you have to write 6 here. Okay, so 6a, as we learned, it was the third difference which was common, so equals to 6. 12a plus 2b equals to 12, and 7a plus 3b plus c is equals to 7. Okay, so we wrote it in this order: 6, 12, 7 and minus 7. Let's solve it. From the first one, you can easily get a equals to 1. Plug it into the second equation. 12 plus 2b equals to 12. So 2b equals to 0. b equals to 0. 7a plus 3b plus c equals to 7. A is 1. So 7 plus 0 plus c equals to 7. c equals to 0. Now a plus b plus c plus d is the first term of the sequence, which is a negative 7. Okay, a is a 1. A n cube plus b n plus c n plus d. Okay, a is a 1, so n cube plus 0n plus 0n plus d equals to a negative 7. Okay, a, if you notice, was 1, so 1 n cube. Okay, I made a mistake here. The last expression was a plus b plus c plus d. A plus b plus c plus d to get the value of d. So a we know is a 1. this is 0, this is 0, plus d equals to minus 7. So d is minus 7 minus 1, which is a minus 8. Once you get the values, you plug it into this. Cn plus d. A was a 1, b is a 0, 0n square plus 0n minus 8. So n cube minus 8 becomes the formula for the nth term of the sequence. Let's take the third example. Example number 3 here. Okay, the third difference is 12. So 12 divided by 6, the first method, 2. So 2n cube we will write. 2 into 1 cube is 2. 2 into 2 cube is 16. 2 into 3 cube is 54. 2 into 4 cube is 128. Okay, write down the original sequence, which was, if you notice, it was 2, 12, 40, 98. Subtract the 2 and you will get a 0 here. 12 minus 14, 16 is minus 4. 40 minus 54 is minus 14. And 98 minus 128 is 128 minus 98 is minus 30. Okay, you have this sequence, and if you notice this here, the difference is not the same like in the previous one. If the difference is the same, which is a constant, then you just have to add that constant to this, and that becomes the formula for the nth term of the sequence. But if you notice that it is different, so if I can just figure out what it is, that means either it's a linear sequence. It doesn't seem to be a linear sequence, because if you look at the difference of these two, minus 4 minus 0 is a minus 4, minus 14 plus 4 is a 10, and minus 30 minus minus 14 is minus 30 plus 14, which is a minus 16 here. Okay, fine. So what we're noticing here is that we are adding once again, if I find out the difference, 10 minus minus 4 is going to be a 14, minus 16 minus minus 10 is going to be, okay, just hold on for a while. Okay, so if I have to find out the formula for this sequence, let me just do it again here. 0 minus 4 minus 14 and minus 30. Okay, the difference between these two is minus 4 minus 0 is a minus 4, minus 14 minus minus 4 is minus 14 plus 4, which is a minus 10, and minus 30 minus minus 14 is going to be a minus 16. Okay, the difference between these is minus 10 minus minus 4, which is minus 10 plus 4, which is a minus 6, and minus 16 minus minus 10 is minus 16 plus 10, which is once again a minus 6. So this is actually a quadratic sequence, and for this quadratic sequence, what we're going to do is we're going to make the formula using the same method. For a quadratic sequence, if you remember, we used to divide the second common difference by 2 and write it here. Okay, so if I write minus 6, the common difference is minus 6. Okay, so 6 divided by 2, okay, for the quadratic sequence, minus 6 divided by 2 is a minus 3. So I'm going to write minus 3n square, and plug in 1, 2 and 3 into this. Minus 3 into 2 square is 4. 4 into minus 3 is minus 12. N cube, n square, 3 square is 9. 9 into minus 3 is minus 27. Okay, now I'm going to write down the original quadratic sequence, which was this on top of it. 0 minus 4 minus 14 and subtract the 2. Okay, so 0 minus minus 3 is a 3, minus 4 minus 4 minus minus 12 is going to be 12 minus 4, which is an 8, and minus 4 minus minus 27, 27 minus 4 is a 23. Okay. Okay, I made a mistake copying this. It was a minus 14 here. Okay, so minus 14 plus 27 is a 13. Yes, so this was the mistake. This was a 13, yeah. Okay, now if you notice, you are adding plus 5 each time, so it's a linear sequence. So it's going to become, so this is a linear sequence, okay? So you're adding 5 each time, so 5 times n. Let's make the formula for this. 5 into 1 is 5, 5 2 times is 10, 5 3 times is 15. Write down the original linear sequence on the top, which was 3, 8 and 13. Subtract the 2, you're getting a minus 2 here, minus 2 here and minus 2 here. So now you just have to simply add all of these, this plus this plus this plus this. Okay, so the formula becomes 2n cube minus 3n square plus 5n minus 2. Okay. This is the formula for the sequence. Okay, now if you do use the formula to do this question, I'm just copying it down. Okay, let's write down the 4 statements which I had to write for the formula, using the formula. Okay, the first one was 6a, then it was 12a plus 2b, and then it was 7a plus 3b plus c, and the last one was a plus b plus c plus d. For this one, 6a, I will write 12 here. For this one, I'm going to write 18 here. For this one, I'm going to write 10 here. And for the last one, I will write 2, which is the first term of the sequence. Okay, let's find out the values. A equals to 2 because 6a equals to 12, so a equals to 2. 12 times 2 plus 2 times b equals to 18. 24 plus 2b equals to 18. So 2b equals to 18 minus 24, which is a minus 6. So b equals to minus 3. Okay, then 7 times a plus 3 times minus 3 plus c equals to 10. Okay, 14 minus 9 plus 7, c equals to 10. C equals to 10. 14 minus 9 is a 5, so it goes to this side, becomes minus 5. So c equals to minus 5. C equals to 5. Okay, and then the last equation, a, which is a 2 plus b plus c plus d equals to 2. Let's solve it. D equals to 5 minus 3 is a 2, which goes to that side, becomes minus 2. Let's plug it into the formula, a n cubed plus b n square plus c n plus d. Okay, so a is a 2 n cube, b is a negative 3 n square plus 5 times n minus 2. This is the formula to find out the sequence, the cubic sequence. Thanks a lot for watching the video.